I'm the life changer now. So any moment could be an impactful moment. Like if I'm talking to a group of guys, I want that moment to be big. That might be the biggest moment of my life. You know, I don't know that. Like me being a life changer, that's how I go into every situation. God gave you that vision for a reason. Just do it and believe in yourself. You know, everything else that come with it, take it. You know, you can say one thing to somebody and it change their life forever. Don't worry about sitting on the back of the bus. Just focus on where you're going. Every moment is a life-changing moment. Speak on it, don't hold it in. What's up, what's up? This is another episode of Speak On It. I'm the host, the life changer. Y'all see who's sitting here, man. You know what I'm saying? KidGoalss, all grown up, official KidGoalss, whatever you wanna call it. Y'all got something to say? You know what I'm saying? I got Jazz in the building, Ash in the building. You know what I'm saying? First, I do want to say, like, shout out to, like, Tubi, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, all that good stuff, man. Shout out, come get me at the end of the day, man. I appreciate you, Ash. I appreciate you, Jazz, even for the first interview. You know what I mean? Jazz, we talk a lot. I appreciate you, you know, and keep doing what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into whatever we get into, keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all doing something great. Y'all got girls that ain't runaways. You know, we deal with a lot of stuff in this world right now. We'll get to that too. But take us to the beginning of times. Like take us take us through like what y'all mind was going through when y'all wanted to put this together, because it was a great idea. It was something that was just great, and we all seen what happened. You know what I'm saying? After I did that.
Like at the very, very beginning?
Yeah, at the very, very beginning. Like before you even knew how to dance, like beginning. Like where you
okay. I always knew how to dance.
So I think it kinda okay, so it started from like, I know my girls, I'm real active on social media.
Yeah. And
the more engaged you are with your followers, you know, the more attention anything you post gets. So I always post dance videos of them because they were always good dancers. So one of their videos went viral, and that's kind of where all of the attention from them came.
Yeah.
All the news outlets was doing segments on them, and then like shortly after, Jaden started going viral for her dance videos. I mean, and they were related. I think Jazz, you hit me up, or Jazz hit me up like.
I was hitting her before they went viral.
Yeah,
like, we gotta get them together, like, cause they just had so much energy, and I knew Jaden had energy, but they was like working. Her daughters was working. Jaden was just doing it for fun at the time.
Yeah.
And then she hit me up like, actually somebody want to do a video with Heaven. You should bring Jaden and we should do it together.
Was that the T-Sky?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Cece.
Good memory. Because I remember I was gone for that.
Nah, that's what's up.
I remember our very first like dance video all together where we actually like put effort into it was the Nene video.
Yeah, I feel like that was the effort video.
We went to Children's Place, got us some outfits. Got my hair done and
it was just supposed to be just a sleepover though. It was
because I was at work actually.
We was over Jaden's house and we just made up a dance to it. We showed Dad. She was like, y'all gotta record this tomorrow. We hit Children's Place first thing in the morning.
So when y'all did that, did it go crazy? Like was that the time where y'all felt like we could do this together and go crazy?
Yeah.
Like?
Mm-hmm. And it was even before like everybody else even said something. It was just at that moment when they all were together, we was like, oh, there's something right here.
Yeah.
I sent the video to Ashley. She was like, yeah, we should do it. We should make a group out of this. And then when we posted it, it went crazy. So it was like, it makes sense. Let's do it.
So parents, how do you monitor like it going crazy? Because now you gotta have your stuff in order. You gotta be able to monitor them and protect them now, because it's crazy now. Like,
you know what's crazy? I always say, like, you never prepare for nothing like that. We were kind of like thrown into that position. So when you gotta think, these are our daughters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when the video goes viral, it goes all over the world. So you seeing these comments, cruel comments, and you got daughters that can read. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta teach them to be resilient. You gotta teach them I mean, all of that.
Keep going, like, with all
on top of trying to keep it together for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that was always kind of hard for me personally. Like, I battled with trying to separate the two, not taking things personal. I still have a problem with that a little bit to this day, to be honest.
Nah, we all working on stuff,
like,
but that's real though, Ash.
We'll hit the folks and they'll be like, F them.
What?
They'll be like, oh, she can't read though. What did she do? She got good grades in school though.
Yeah.
Like,
Is she passing? Like,
right.
I mean, it was racist comments. It was a lot of the things that you wouldn't even really pay attention to those types of things. You know what I'm saying? Because you just wouldn't. But since it's your child, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's your video. You reading the comments. You going through the comments. It's like, what would even make this person say this about this child? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I battled. That was a struggle. I can say that. So, when people used to say things like, well, you're not professional. I mean, I didn't take this on to be professional.
Right,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
not a profession for me.
You know what I'm saying? This happened. So, like,
like really fast.
Yeah.
Like, really
overnight.
Fast.
Overnight. And you know what's crazy? I'm gonna take that back. It wasn't overnight because me and Jazz, we was down to nothing. Like, it's a video shooting in Atlanta. Let's take the girls. That's why I got that bad now driving at night, because that's where it started. We used to always leave late at night, but driving to Atlanta, y'all remember y'all mix where we had the hat and y'all was jumping out of the car?
We was on the side.
Yeah, we had
this
a
is
hat.
stuff that people don't get to see like that.
Yeah, they think we just blew up out of nowhere. We at one point we wasn't as known as we.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the popularity part came really fast for us to where like we were getting a lot of inquiries, but we didn't know how to really navigate.
That's what I was going to ask you next.
Yeah.
How do you navigate through people reaching out saying, hey, I want these girls to come and perform? Do you got contract? Do you got numbers? Do you got...
Jazz used to send them to me.
Yeah, because I don't know
like, how do you tell them a price to take care of everybody? Like, how did y'all do? Y'all just going with the flow, like, hey.
We ended up coming up. We started with the birthday party, so we ended up coming up with like a price
for birthday party.
Yeah, we was doing like 2 birthday parties a day every weekend.
Or more.
It used to be fun though.
Yeah,
it used to be something.
They started. Then we came with the t-shirts. Those started popping. It was like. It happened fast. I can say that it did. It definitely happened.
I think the birthday parties was my favorite part because like we was kids ourselves, so like we
having fun
and
free
and that's what we used to tell them. We like, oh, we gonna be there for about 30 minutes to an hour. We'll end up staying for the whole party.
Yeah,
it's really just up to them for real.
It was one little girl who told me like, can we battle? I'm like, no, I'll eat my cake.
I'm about to eat my cake. I'm hollering. So with battling people, was y'all so like quick? Like I know they probably want to battle me because they see me dance.
They asked us. It was like every blue moon.
Yeah, we never.
It was like little kids. They were just dancing around, jumping around.
That's good. So even again, transitioning, like moving forward, like the Migos and opening up for big celebrities and stuff like that. Like how did all y'all take that? And anybody could speak, but how did all y'all take that? You want to say something, Chevy?
I was excited when I met the Migos. I feel like I felt like I was really famous when I met them.
Yeah, that's one of them moments where you feel like I'm in the same room. And
yeah, like
at the end, I don't know how I made it, but
y'all gotta tell them like the first time when y'all very first did one of them concerts, like what y'all did to get there, because it wasn't easy.
Like how y'all, like how did you get invited to one of those? Like yeah, I think
they
like
work that way. I feel like in St. Louis they don't even look at them like what's the word I'm looking for? Like they did some like a St. Louis. They don't get them credit at all. And I guess it's because they was kids, but that's what makes them so much more credible. Like they did so many things and accomplished so many things that half of these rappers in St. Louis haven't did. Like they sold out the pageant. Like people was looking over them to do concerts, but really like they were like the main, attraction. They had to work their way on the stage. Like they had to convince the person that was doing the concert that they was eligible to.
They had to get a certain amount of views on a particular video. in a certain amount of time to get this slot on this show.
Yeah.
Me and Jazz was running around the craft stores.
Bro, we had to make jerseys. Like it was like a scavenger hunt. It's ridiculous, actually. When you think about it, like that was some bogus shit.
They used to make a lot of our costumes, and it was
a lot of our support came from you'll be surprised, but a lot of our support came from little kids, like the young kids. Like a lot of kids our age was not really messing with us. It was they gave us more so hate.
They still don't.
Yeah, so that's what I'm finna say. Like right now, like how do that make y'all feel? Do that motivate y'all to really keep going? Because y'all done been through some stuff now. Y'all done seen a lot of stuff. So now it's like, okay, we get what comes with this.
Yeah. At first, I used to be by everybody, but like after a while, I was like, I'm gonna do what I want to do anyways.
Like, I don't really care.
They use like the thing that they speak the most on is the name, our group name. Yeah. Because it's called KidGoalss. Like,
so they still treat us like kids.
But I explained to a few of my peers, like, it's not KidGoalss because we kids. It's KidGoalss because we were once your mother's kid goals. And still are. They still look at us as kids.
And it's
so
still,
that's how
we made the name.
It's still kids that look up to y'all no matter how old you are.
Right, they gonna be kids. This gonna be my daughter for the rest of her life. This gonna always be my child. They always
you can say it, Jess, your baby.
I mean,
that's
my baby. So they always KidGoalss to us. I don't feel like a name change or anything.
Yeah, we actually asked them if they want.
That's why I'm gonna say y'all like right now y'all ain't thinking about no name changing.
No, I think that I want to stay under KidGoalss. We could probably change like once we big screen to where like people can look at us and be like, oh, that's KidGoalss, but they changed their name to
like Puff Daddy turned to Diddy.
Right.
Yeah.
So y'all feel like basically what she just said was they not finished doing what they need to do with KidGoalss.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That was a good response. I had to catch that. Okay. So like after that, all this boom, Migos, Slim Cannon, was that something that was like about to be tied in with Slim? Because I seen a little Slim wave go through there where he was trying to
We had did a partnership with him.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
So there was like a little partnership and it's over with.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to clear up the air because people be saying Slim signed them.
There was a lot of good memories.
Yeah. My favorite time used to be the studio.
Yeah, the studio.
Studio vibes was always good.
We used to go to the studio and we would record like a verse.
But that's when the thing I learned about kids is you have to always make it fun because if it's not fun, they're not going to participate the way that you want them to.
That's true.
So you kind of got to let them.
I work better when it's like
no structure.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's
we
not
hard for me
to
work like under pressure or like under pressure. It's hard to work under pressure. So when it's like just vibes and fun, then
like if
it's
like
flow easily.
Like if it's like a time limit, like or they like
you feel like you have to
like do it at the moment, like.
And that's what I feel like they get right now today.
Yeah,
like they like that right now because now that they're older, now we like being more structured and they ain't really fucking.
Yeah, it's new to them.
Yeah,
you know
they used to having fun while working.
Like going just do it.
Yeah,
like,
just like being in the studio, we chilling, eating snacks, watching movies. Oh, I got a deal. Let's go in the booth. And now it's like, all right, let's get this work done. Yeah, and it's like
working.
Yeah, it's a different vibe for them right now. They still adjusting to that.
Yeah. This your third time.
So before we transition, I want to hit on this though. Like you move your girls to Atlanta, you move your baby to LA. Like why? Like why? And I'm speaking more so from like a St. Louis perspective.
Right.
Not about we gonna get into that next.
I feel like we capped out in St. Louis. Like they went from bars. I mean, they went from the streets to the bars to the clubs to the arenas to the state. Like they did it all.
Over. After that, it's time to go.
No, that's true. And then they getting hate from St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's another thing. If we saying that there's people that still hate,
that ain't why we left.
I don't feel like they was getting no hate from the city. I don't feel like.
I feel like the city supported them major.
It's just people our age.
Yeah. they don't like to see.
It's they be envious.
And I think it's more so people that know y'all too.
Yeah,
that's trying to be around.
Yeah, I don't
like
feel like
schooling and stuff like that.
We get more
like
support from people we don't know than people that have been around us our whole life.
Yeah. My father was in.
So how is it in LA? Like, is it
my friends are really supportive. They love everything I do, and they really are happy about like me coming out again, like as us as a group, because they were like literally talking about it before we came out, like rebranding ourselves and stuff. It was like, come on with your group, make more music, stuff like that. So I have a very supportive friend group out there. So yeah.
I know when I originally moved, it was to try to like she said, we reached our capper. So I wanted to go to LA, Hollywood. Like, what's next? Let's get on the movie screens. Let's try TV. Let's go to auditions and stuff like that.
Y'all did for real.
Right, and it was like, okay, KidGoalss was just like trying to find a way, like what they wanted to do. So I'm like, while they still got their buzz, I better try to capture the TV, you know, whatever. So we went out there. Jada did a couple in auditions or whatever, but it just wasn't for us. Like, music is her passion. Music and dancing is her passion. So it was like, we gotta figure it out. And that's when we had to call it back, like, hey.
No, you used to get on me a lot because I just didn't want to do the auditions. Like, it was just not me.
Yeah, that's another thing you gotta deal with.
It's like a different scene.
When they started getting to the point where they have their own minds and start making their own decisions.
You gotta let them too.
I want to do dance, rap, gymnastics, church.
Kids, period.
I want to act.
It's like they can wake up tomorrow and be like, I don't want to do this no more. You just gotta support it, you know?
Heaven playing baseball, she wanna box.
Right.
She a dancer, she a rapper.
Football.
So yeah, but I feel like LA is Hollywood and Atlanta is Black Hollywood.
Yeah. It is.
It's a lot of opportunities out there for them.
It is for sure. Well, I ain't never told y'all this, but I think I told Jazz this. Y'all inspired me one day, and I started a group, but it only lasts for like 2 months.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not.
You started a group on your own?
Yeah.
Like you?
No, it was like a girls group. It was my nieces and my daughter.
Oh, I did that too.
I did. I said y'all inspired me. This was hell ago though.
Oh, okay.
But you was just like, oh, keep going, and you was like, keep going. I wish I had the text, but I don't. But
So what happened?
it didn't work out.
You didn't keep going?
They didn't work out. Like, they started getting into it. They was mad about one of the girls being better than them. Like, it was a mess.
Oh, you know what? I remember you had that group now. I definitely remember.
They was called the Lady Girls. It was my nieces and my daughter.
I'm gonna look them up because I want to see now.
I think I still got the Instagram page. You probably could look on that.
Okay.
But they could have been good. It was a one particular girl who wasn't no kin to me, but I knew her through a friend, and I had her bring her daughter, and she was thorough. So I'm like, okay, let me pick my best niece around her and my okay niece, and then I'm just gonna throw my daughter in there like Jaden was, like she was the little baby.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, and they was like doing routines. We started posting videos, and they was getting views. And when they was really popping.
Right.
Like, so they was getting views. I'm like, oh, this might just be the new wave of people doing it.
It was the new wave. When they started, everybody started doing it. It was a wave for sure.
But they got into it, man. They started about to fight, and I'm like, I'm cool. Then my sister and them got involved because it was their daughters, and they like, my daughter ain't finna be doing. I'm like, oh, I don't even deal with that type of stuff like that. So I just left it alone, and then they always.
And how many parents was it? Everybody had their own.
It was 3. I was one of the parents.
Yeah.
But it was 3, and I was just trying to do something because I'm like, y'all ain't doing nothing else. My daughter was running track. She always been running track, but I'm like, to get her doing something else, and like they was just inspiring, like, and they used to be talking about them and stuff like that, and maybe we could have got on a show or something, opened up for them. Like, it was something like I had. It was I was visioning it for them, but they didn't do it. So I just wanted to put that out there while we all was right here, because y'all never been in the same row as me, you know. But boom, transitioning, like the big boom happened. Like, wow.
What would we call the big boom?
Like the silent treatment, though.
Yes.
It just went ghost.
It went ghost. Like, nobody knew why.
Yeah, we never really spoke on it.
Nobody spoke on it. Y'all handled it well. Like, nobody was throwing shade. Like, nobody was
in public.
In public.
That's what I'm saying.
They didn't handle it well in private.
Okay, so thank you for clearing it up. But y'all handled it well from what I seen. I'm public. I'm not private, so I'm public. So I'm like, nobody know nothing.
Right.
All the kids, like, where they at? All the people y'all looked up to y'all, like, what happened? Like, all the haters, like, I'm happy that happened. I wonder what really happened. Like, nobody know. So maybe this the time to.
Me and Ashley, we haven't seen each other since KidGoalss.
I'm finna get to that point.
Today, seeing each other. Since they
this is the first time today. Y'all been already working together.
Like kind of being in the room and like talking to each other.
No, I'm talking about like in a room like this.
Yeah.
This is the first time.
And
you've been back for how long? Like a week or so?
At least 4 years, yeah.
I'm talking about like you've been back like here a week or so.
She been home though.
I just got here this morning.
Oh, you wouldn't even heard?
No.
So y'all been working from a distance?
My daughter's been here.
Oh, so you just been?
Yeah.
So what happened?
What are you asking me?
Basically,
what happened, Chevy?
Basically,
hold on, let them tell it.
I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let them tell it, cause this is where everybody like y'all. Look, here you go. Hey, bring the cameras closer. Bring the speaker.
Because when you
say it with your chest a little bit.
To the boom and then back to it's a whole story, like for real, and it all makes sense. Like
can we make that story like shorter, or do y'all don't see it and tell it?
Anything being said, like everything, like this is why we're doing this.
Y'all family at the end of the day, so you can't say that like
I'm good, like we straight. We already know what it is and what it's gonna be.
You got it. Go ahead.
No, you do your thing.
She talking about you do your thing. Come on, help me, please. Come on.
It was like a combination of a lot of stuff though. It wasn't one thing.
Okay, so we can start at the head.
It was never
any friction with y'all?
It was everything.
Yeah.
Like y'all didn't agree, cause that.
It wasn't initially like in the beginning. It was lit. You know what I'm saying?
Like we told you, it was fast. Yeah. So that, like right there alone, was just like everything hitting us. Like everybody knowing us, people trying to pay us, people trying to work with us. It was everything.
We had people from out of town, like we had investors. It was so many people, like, and then that's when I knew I had to get an attorney because it was like I didn't know nothing about nothing that was going on, contracts and everything, and I'm like, yeah. So
come on, Ash, help me out, man.
I had to pull my seat
come on now. Like what took place to say like this not that? Because I'm trying to get really to the nitty gritty so we can really, cause y'all past this point.
Right.
So now this whatever you say now is only about to impact the next person who can't make it work.
It's kind of more like I don't really know where to start because it was a series of events. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
what touched you the worstest?
Okay, we gonna get it out.
And this is the first time that I'm hearing this, and she heard it. This is the first time that
she lowered the seat. It's about to get.
No, I just want. This is when I started feeling different. Okay.
Lower your seat, right?
She said,
"Too tall."
She's talking.
Now, one thing I do realize is that perception is important. You know what I'm saying? And different people have different perceptions on things, so I can perceive something wrong and be totally wrong, you know what I'm saying? But this is what really bothered me. It was the Lil Key birthday party.
That was the first incident, I think.
Okay, so like Lil Key was having a Super Sweet 16. Remember they had the MTV, was that MTV?
Yeah.
MTV show Sweet 16, whatever. So I guess he had hit up Jaden's IG, and he had invited the gang, the girls or whatever. So at that time, Jazz was monitoring the page, and she hit him back like, all right, me and the gang will be there or whatever. But she never told me about it.
Yeah.
So he ended up hitting me up, like, y'all gonna be here? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I didn't know nothing about it. So then he sent me the screenshots, you know what I'm saying, with the communication with him and Jazz. So I'm like, damn. So I had to link with Jazz that day before I had to link with Jazz that day she was leaving.
Yeah.
For something I can't remember. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe she's going to say something now. So she didn't say nothing to me. So I'm like, okay. So I ended up going to the store, buying him something to wear, and then we drove 12 hours to Baltimore. That was a lot. Never doing that again. But we drove to Baltimore. We actually had made it there before them. you know, the whole time I'm just kind of like, you know, you got to think, oh, it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with my daughters or whatever. So we get there and it was like, you know, when the kids can feel tension amongst the parents. So Jazz had came with Jaden, and I'm not sure if you remember the group Young Hits.
Yeah, Young Hits.
So they had came, and it was kind of like, my girls felt like they didn't really want to speak to them. Like they
want to speak to Young Hits?
No,
we felt like they just so when they walked in and seen us, they this how they looked.
Young Hits did.
What they doing here?
Young Hits did.
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody that came with them. They was looking like, what they doing here? And we was looking like, well, why y'all didn't tell us y'all was coming here? It was like a lot of tension. And then when it was like, so it was only me and Heaven. We came together, and then it was Jaden and 4 other people. So it was like when they was both dancing at once, it was like they was trying to like overhype. And then it was like only me hyping up Heaven. So it was like a lot of tension. Like it was like, it felt like competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that made me feel away, obviously,
That's
as a
bad,
mom.
yeah.
So after that we left or whatever, and I think I went live in the car, and I was just, you know what I'm saying, kind of
emotional.
Emotional exposing. Then I think Jazz went live, and then the kids was in the background talking. It was a lot.
So let me stop you right there. Like Jazz, why you didn't tell her?
We got 2 different stories. That's why.
Okay.
Like,
So
that's why
we don't wait for that because
the kids never knew nothing. Like the kids only knew, like how she said, everybody was looking and then like that. Like the kids only knew what they was seeing at the moment and what they was feeling at the moment. They didn't know everything.
Right.
So they felt how they felt because they was confused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, and that's where I know where we went wrong when we did that to them. Because that took them through like a whole lot of different emotions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did get an invite, but I got an invite on Jaden page. I never personally ran KidGoalss page myself on that Instagram. I got an invite for Jaden, and he asked for her, and I was like, all right, bet. And it's just me. So like, I had managed the boys at the time. All 4 of them were my responsibilities. It was just me and the boys. I didn't have to work with nobody else. I could do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I took it within myself like, dang, this would be a good opportunity to get the boys some exposure. So I used my daughter, as I still do to this day, to put other kids on. So of course I naturally took her because she got the invite, but I'm really taking them to get them the exposure.
No, and that's smart as hell, but where do you feel like you went wrong at? Like in terms of like...
I feel like I could have said
because
something.
Because where Jaden at, they at that moment, wherever they at, that's where they at, right? I'm just saying because I think that's where the frustration and the friction started.
Exactly.
Like what you doing is you putting kids on, you just who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like in that moment, that couldn't have did nothing for what had happened with each other in that moment. Like I feel like that they felt some type of way because of everything that was transpiring between us, like they said.
That too. Yeah, for sure. Like, you can't override
it was no way that we can make that feel right. Like, it was just like a lot of weird stars and everything. Because like they said, they looked at them like they were ghosts. We knew that they were there because I think we seen a picture on Instagram or like a video or something of them. So we already knew to expect them. But it was a surprise that they were there. And when I was working with the boys, like, mind you, these are all kids. They always felt like, oh, the girls always get the attention. We they shadows, XYZ. So it was like, okay, I'm going to do something for them. But in that moment, they like, damn, they hurt too. We ain't never go get, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was like a whole lot of, you know.
Have you ever thought, like, maybe I should have just brought the girls too? When it comes to them and KidGoalss, because I think that's an issue. Honestly, like when we talk about the breakup, the big boom and stuff like that, like that's a real issue.
I can't
like
where y'all maybe I should have brought my daughter.
Now we talking. If you just went with Young Hits, I know that wouldn't have been no.
It wouldn't have been.
They wouldn't have been tripping. But like, since she was there and we won,
exactly.
That's a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, but now you saying your mindset, and I know that y'all probably didn't passed that because we all sitting in the room, but that's the type of stuff when you blowing up and that's the type of stuff you got to deal with, especially 2 mothers like of girls, and y'all all got to deal with all this extra stuff. Everything happening fast, like you said. Like this ain't just nothing you had time to think about. You just let me think about young hits, and I'm gonna take Jada with me, and we just gone, and you ain't even thinking about them. You ain't thinking about her. Like
I ain't thinking about nothing at that time.
Yeah,
not even. And that is.
But you grow though in business,
right? Exactly.
And you grow with what you trying to do.
Exactly, but it was like I was thinking of I'm thinking, okay, KidGoalss. I feel like the girls only thought about just them three. I'm thinking about a whole lot of shit, like a big pack of people, of kids, just all coming together, and it was planted from one tree, and everybody putting everybody on. Like, so every time I'm doing something, it's never to be spiteful to nobody. It was always to make a bigger picture. Like, I
just feel like you got to get to a certain point before you start branching off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like it was too early to try to feed off of them, you know? And I think that's where we went wrong with that.
That was another thing, because of when they was popping, then now you see young hits. Now, that same attention, you got 100% attention on KidGoalss, 30% of that go to young hits.
Right.
Because now people are like, okay, this boy group and this woo-wop, and now the attention not on them, and they haven't even reached a peak yet where y'all was really about to be, which y'all still gonna get there, but y'all was about to be there a couple years ago, y'all was gonna be there. So I understand what Ash saying when she say like, don't think about nothing else, because this the project right now, and I don't think the project was fulfilled.
I feel like we only I feel like the main reason we really felt some type of way when it was Jaden and the boys, it was because we were so used to always doing shows together. I don't think we was doing like separate gigs at the time. I think it was always all three of us at that specific time. So when we seen her doing the gig without us, it was like
right.
Yeah, but yeah.
Girls, like how did y'all take it when it was the separation had already happened? Let's just move past that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like, is it y'all separated? We not really with Jaden. She still family. We still love her, but we not with her no more. We got to look ourselves in the mirror and say, what's next for me and Chevy? What's next for me? Like what's next for like? And then that question, I want you to answer that too, but I want y'all to answer that now.
I didn't take it a specific way when the group branched out, because, like you said, it wasn't nothing between us and Jaden. So yeah, I mean, if I was to call her, she'd answer. Like, if we was to text, it was no tension between us, so it was no way to take it. So.
Yeah,
they more so missed the entertainment part of everything. You know what I'm saying? Traveling. You got to think they were being
do that no more.
Homeschooled. You know, they were basically like thrown back into the real world. You know, and it was a lot. They started fighting a lot in school. It was a lot.
Yeah. Dang. That's like ripping your passion, your gifts and stuff away from you. That can hurt sometimes, especially when you know you're on a people showing you love everywhere down. They just like, where Cece and Heavy at, or they asking y'all where Jaden at, or what happened to somebody.
Them questions don't stop coming.
I think it was a total different transition for us.
Yeah,
because we
that's
left.
why I get tired.
Yeah, we like when KidGoalss stopped, we wasn't heard.
That man, I ain't private. I'm public, so I gotta tell y'all from the public eye. Like, it looked bad when y'all left and went to LA, because you really knew like, nah, they broke up. And then it was like, did she just take Jaden to LA, because LA is a big city, to blow Jaden up? Like,
and that's what I hated about people.
And I ain't gonna even say people said that. I looked at it and said,
and that's what everybody.
But I know more people said that. I just gotta speak for myself.
Everybody felt like if I did anything for my child, I was doing something wrong, and I could never wrap my head around it.
Nah, when I really tapped in, I'm like, nah, she doing something great for her, and it's a bigger look, it's a better look for her, it's her child, and she wanted the best for her. And then I seen her doing stuff with her girl, so it was like, okay, they're still their kids. You know what I'm saying? So
I knew KidGoalss was in a situation that they were screwed. Like when we couldn't work out our differences, when we put ourselves in a situation, I knew that it was no way that they can. Like, just me. Like, she said she didn't know the business too much. I didn't either, but I knew the person that we was kind of working with. And I just felt like they was in a situation they couldn't come from. Like,
so why y'all just didn't let me be the manager? My group was
they were tied in as a group. But as individuals, they could do whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah.
But as a group, they couldn't release music or do shows or get paid for nothing. They couldn't do nothing within this time frame.
So how that made you feel, Jaden? You
I
couldn't
feel
do
like-
nothing. I'm in LA. I got to start. Really in my mindset, I got to start over. I'm kind of really hurt from the group separating or whatever the case may be. Like how that made you really feel.
I mean, I feel like the separation of the group at that time was actually good for us because it just felt like we were trapped and we couldn't really do anything, and it just used to be a lot of arguments, issues, just business issues. It was just crashing. It was like nothing was working out. So I just feel like we needed that break at that time for us to just like try to rejuvenate ourselves and try to like do what we doing now and knowing what we know now.
That's good.
Be on
That's
the
good.
right track.
That's good.
How do y'all feel? I want to know how they feel though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that we all like was on different paths. Like I feel like me and Jaden was okay, but they wasn't okay.
Like Cece said, like I was okay with Jaden. Y'all call her, she don't answer the phone.
Yeah,
like
I didn't
Cece
feel
haven't.
no way
I mean,
about-
Chevy haven't said anything yet, but yeah, she said.
So what are you asking? Like, were they okay amongst each other or just?
I'm talking about like how did that affect them?
Yeah.
Like the whole process of separation. Like I could ask you that, and you would be like, it affected you in so many ways. Right, like she said she was hurt.
I was very upset.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
It was a lot. I'm gonna tell you. One day, I remember I dropped them off at school. It was just so much to deal with, like emotionally. I knew I was like completely done with even trying anymore. Like I remember I dropped them off at school. It was one of your moments where you was just struggling. It was something going on. I can't really remember amongst the group. And I dropped y'all off at school. And I remember I pulled over on the Walgreens lot and I just cried in my car like, God, like it's people look at it and like, oh, they living off their kids, they this, they that, but they don't see everything we go through behind closed doors. They didn't see
taking care of these kids. And
the struggle.
The real struggle, bro. Did you hear
struggle.
us say we was sitting the head out in Atlanta, just jumping out in neighborhoods? They had this whole routine. Now people was paying them. My bad, people were paying them, but it was like we hustled. Like the girls hustled. It wasn't handed to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that just goes back to piggybacking off of what she said when she said that they don't get the credit that they deserve because they worked hard to get on a lot of those stages.
Yeah.
Is y'all willing to put that same effort in right now?
Yes, 1,000 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be crazy. I don't really want to dwell on talking about the bad. Now people kind of see that it was a real breakup. It was real issues and stuff like that. We don't gotta really go into no.
I don't feel like it was a breakup. I'm sorry. I never said it was a breakup.
Well, y'all never said it wasn't no more KidGoalss, so.
Yeah.
Well, we
Nobody
kind of
never
never
said
answered
that.
the question.
It was
Right.
a break.
It was
Like
a break.
I felt, like I said, I feel like
Yeah,
it was
that's
a
what
break
Jaden
because
said.
of circumstances. Like,
Well, we ain't never get Chevy a really chance to talk. She said she was hurt by it.
Oh yeah. When we stopped like everything, and we had to just like go back to how it was, I was upset. Like, and I was like, I used to just be like, well, dang, we could have did a lot. We was almost there, and then it just stopped. So I was just like,
I don't know if you ever seen her on the stage. Well, I'm pretty sure you have. The stage is more like her. That's her space. You know what I'm saying? Like, she feed off of the energy that she gets on the stage. So I can see why she would miss that.
She most definitely got a unique, whole different type of vibe, for sure. So while we right here, I want to speak on this before we go on. I always kind of have a life-changing moment. Like the young lady who been missing and stuff. Have y'all heard about a young lady that's been missing and stuff? Yeah. Like, how do that make y'all feel? Like, because like you gotta thank God that y'all mindset ain't there. Y'all getting taken care of. You gotta be grateful that y'all got parents like this that care, that acknowledge y'all talents and y'all gifts. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean by y'all mindset ain't there?
I think he meant it's like running away. And
like running away, like having a
y'all have a safe
like y'all have
place where y'all have to run away from.
Right, y'all mindset is y'all level headed. Y'all not really like trying to run. Y'all ain't crazy or mentally.
I don't like them.
He's crazy. What you thought? Like I was saying something like.
No, they good.
She talking about they good.
No, I think. Well, you asked them. So yeah.
No, I'm just saying like.
It was a journey.
So you was thinking about running away?
Thinking.
Did.
Listen, it's because I kept getting in trouble, but I was doing stuff to get myself in trouble.
She cried.
Look, I am too, because it was so funny because I'm in Vegas for my birthday.
Don't say everything.
The neighbor called me and she was thirsty.
Stop. All right, enough. Then I ended up in California.
How you get
I
that?
sent her to jazz because I didn't know what else to do because I was
That was the best punishment ever.
Listen, you gotta
I didn't get to go to LA when you went away.
No, I made them make. Okay, so I was in Vegas. After it happened, I was listening to. I think we were just in a hotel room. Me and my cousin, we was getting ready to go, and there was a commercial on. It was a song that came on, and I was like, I like that. It was like a bop, and I was like, okay. So when I came home, I was like, girl, y'all gotta make up a dance to this song. It took them like 30 seconds. They came back in there and had a dance whole routine together. So we took, they got dressed. We went somewhere and shot the video. So that was part of the punishment too. And then after that, I sent it to LA.
So, just to make the question real clear, like what would y'all say to her if y'all was able to talk to her right now?
It's too hot outside.
No, be serious, y'all. Have y'all heard the story?
No, I didn't read the story. I seen the post and I was sharing. But I would say like I'd rather you be home with your family to talk it out rather than somewhere lost and confused, trying to figure it out on your own. You can only get in so much trouble. I feel like I'd rather you just go through that and get past that, and then could move forward. So yeah, just good. Come home. Go home.
Do you remember the story I told you?
Yeah.
So what would you say?
I would ask her like what was her reasonings.
You don't remember the article I told you?
No.
So she was going through stuff at home. It was family issues, and she ran away, but they considered her missing and was looking for her, but really she wasn't missing. She was hiding from them, and she didn't want to go to the police because she didn't want to be in foster care because her big sister got lost in the system. So
I didn't know that either.
So they found her, but her mama steady was considering her missing because she didn't have her. So yeah.
So somebody has her.
No, she's in police custody now, but she was hiding at a neighbor's at a safe place because her stepdaddy. So.
So she had like a real reason.
She had a reason.
Yeah.
She was running away from danger. Right. You was just running away because you was bored.
I didn't have a reason. You ran away because you was bored. Really? Chevy, what would you say? What would you say to her?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
feel like if she had,
I think I can really relate.
That's a good answer.
I don't know.
That's a good answer.
I don't think I would.
Yeah, I never been in that predicament.
Yeah.
So I just hug her.
But I feel like since she in police custody now, like if she had a real reason, then I think if she was somewhere safe, then
she ran away and changed her identity. She now identifies as a boy. She cut her hair off and everything. It's so sad.
Did she do that because of that, or
because of that? She ran away, cut her hair off, and changed her name so they won't find her.
Identify her.
She's at 13.
Yeah, that's deep.
Home had to be held.
She's smart.
No, she means to have the brain, the mindset
to think of. Yeah. But that is scary too, to even think of having that, like to have that mind frame to where you want to run away and change your identity.
She probably been thinking about that for a while.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know none of that.
I just wanted to ask y'all that just to, get y'all minds going.
Wow.
Yes.
Because, it's a sad situation for real.
Because I did keep seeing the story not the story change. I kept saying found, then missing.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff like that.
I'm like...
Yeah. So, moving forward, now we can talk about the good. Y'all back, like, what can we be looking for? Like, what work being done? Like,
we got an EP dropping next month.
EP dropping next month? Is it gonna be like, is people booking y'all? Could people reach out and say like, hey, we want KidGoalss to come turn our party up right now? Like,
I believe, I think, we got some bookings, but we're still trying to figure out what we're gonna agree to.
Yeah. So it's just gonna be KidGoalss still. It ain't gonna be like nothing, no tag up under it saying like they.
Just KidGoalss, Cece, KidGoalls, Chevy, KidGoalls, Jaden.
Oh my God, I should have throw up a gang sign.
No.
What?
So now that y'all back together, how do that make y'all feel?
It feels good.
Yeah, it don't feel different to me because me and Jaden always talk.
Yeah, and we're family at the end of the day. Like, we're always gonna communicate. Like, the only thing that
it's just physically.
Yeah,
change physically.
Yeah.
That's good.
And not even that, cause y'all was seeing each other still.
Oh yeah, and like different.
Yeah. So Jazz and Jaden are their dad's cousin.
Yeah.
So that's how they related.
So like they used to have us dance at family reunions. They do that
Perform
little one
live.
dance. Yes, literally. Heaven.
It was still the same.
So with y'all, like, now that y'all back together, is it a sit down and talk and draw a straight line like this was going on?
Yeah, we did all that before we even did the announcement. So.
Yeah, that's good.
We actually all talked together.
That's good.
Actually, I just said, I want my girls back.
And I'm like, bro, no, you.
Like, I don't have time for this. I'm like, cuz, like, I just see so much. It could just be so great. Let's just figure it out.
We gonna be on big screen.
Yeah.
Like, Jaden is awesome. Like, she's dope. Like, she don't get the credit she deserves. I feel like same thing applies to them. You know what I'm saying? But together, it's like a concoction. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's something about the three of them together that just creates.
It's the personality of the group. She's going to talk and captivate the crowd and the audience and everything. She gonna keep structure. She gonna make sure everybody in line and acting presentable and respectable. Yes. And Jada's just gonna entertain.
Fall in.
She got there. She just gonna entertain.
So no more masks, no more ponytails or masks.
Everybody wear a mask now.
Yeah.
I know, but ain't nothing like a Jay Sway.
I think every now and
she all
then
grown
she
up, lips popping, and she don't want no mask on.
She getting them teeth together now.
So it was a message behind the mask. What was that?
Yeah. Still now I'm very shy. I don't really talk to people like that. So when I have the mask on, I just feel like I'm behind something and I don't really have to,
Be seen.
Being
seen.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. I appreciate y'all, man, for giving me the opportunity to sit down with y'all and y'all tell y'all story, because I know people want to hear it, and why not have it on my podcast, my platform, I appreciate y'all.
This exclusive.
We might have to do one with Young Hits, because it was a little story over there. They probably
I don't even know if they
talk
gonna come
with
together.
her.
I'm not gonna come all together.
Yeah, I don't know about they.
She could get them together.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's just leave that where it's at.
Yeah, just leave where it's at then. Let them know where they can find y'all at. They probably already know where to find y'all at, but let them know something new coming out. Be on the lookout for whatever. Talk to the camera, y'all, so we can get up out of here.
So we have an EP dropping 7/22/22. It's gonna be called Demo. Be looking out for that. Y'all can follow us on Instagram at KidGoalss Update. KidGoalss Official, and our YouTube is KidGoalss Updates. And then my personal Instagram is Cece Diddy, CECEDIDDY _.
And my personal Instagram is dancingheaven without a G _.
And my Instagram is at I'mDJ_SCL.
And we is KidGoalss, the official.
KidGoalss.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Go follow them. Go turn them up, man. We're going to be waiting on the EP to drop, demo dropping. Man, we got to turn them up, man.
And
we've been waiting on them. So, go ahead. See, we
freestyling
right now.
Go do our challenge. It's called Do Your Dance. It's on our it's on our Instagram.
It's on TikTok.
Is it on TikTok yet?
I put it on there, but
On your personal?
Yeah, they don't count.
Okay, we gonna put it on TikTok for y'all too, but for
Before
right
this
now,
comes out, we'll have it on TikTok.
KidGoalss official. Go, it's on there. It's the dance. It got the routine. It got the sound. Just record it, post it, tag us. We'll share it for y'all, and that's gonna be a song dropping soon too.
Never know what we might use it for.
Another episode to speak on it. I'm the host of Life Changer. We out. Me and KidGoalss probably go get us some ice cream. Y'all better get out there. It's hot outside.
Yeah.